Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there. I do not sleep. I am the thousand winds that blow. I am the diamond glints on snow. I am the sunlight on ripened grain. I am the gentle autumn rain. When you awaken in the morning's hush, I am the swift, uplifting rush of quiet birds in circled flight. I am the soft stars that shine at night. Do not stand at my grave and cry. I am not there. I did not die. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, say shalom, b'imramav, huya, say shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru. Oh, say shalom, b'imramav, huya, say shalom aleinu, ve'al kol yoshvei tevet, ve'imru. Amen, 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 amen.
The Hebrew word Yizkor means, may God remember. The prayer from which this memorial service gets its name asks God to remember the souls of our loved ones. By inviting God to remember those close to us who have died, we too honor their memory. And tradition teaches that those remembrances are supposed to lead us to righteous action, repairing the world, giving charity, and doing good deeds. The Yizkor memorial service, as we know it today, first started in the 12th century as a way to remember those killed in the Crusades and pogroms. When our ancestors were overwhelmed by loss and grief, they crafted rituals to help heal and make meaning. Which brings us to this afternoon's Yom Kippur Yizkor service, after a year of never-ending mourning. Only days after last Yom Kippur, we faced the untimely death of our beloved Rabbi Eric Wisnia. He led Congregation Beth Chaim for 42 years, celebrating with us in times of joy and mourning with us in times of sadness. He taught that the work we do at Beth Chaim is serious, but that we don't need to take ourselves so seriously. The halls of Beth Chaim were always filled with love and laughter when he was here. Shortly after we said goodbye to Rabbi Wisnia, October 7th rocked our world, and at least 1,200 souls were taken on that day alone. So much life has been lost in the war that has ensued, and no one in our community is immune from this pain. Then less than 1 month ago, Beth Chaim suffered another sudden loss. Dr. David Fenster was well known in our greater community as an endodontist, an active resident of West Windsor, and a stalwart fan of the Trenton Thunder baseball team. But David was also renowned for his music. Not only did he give concerts out of his home, but he played piano at this Yizkor service for many years in memory of his parents and his son Brett. To honor David's memory this Yom Kippur, we will play a recording of him playing Brett's lullaby later on in our service. This is all to say how very much each of us needs Yizkor in this moment. We have experienced immeasurable loss and grief in this past year. So what a gift for us to be together on this day. For the individuals we knew and loved, whom we carry in our hearts, Yizkor, we will remember. For the thousands we never met, but whose lives were snuffed out too soon, Yizkor, we will remember. For the leaders we have lost whose gifts touched our lives, Yizkor, we will remember. Zichronam livracha, may the memory of all be a blessing. We turn to our Machzor, our holiday prayer book, page 540. Five, 4-0. This is the hour of memory, and this is our house of comfort. Wounded by loss, we retreat from life. Our synagogue gathers us in. Into this place we bring stories and prayers, unanswered questions, tears that need to be shed, lives recollected and carried with us, moments of courage and laughter and pain. This day embraces them all. This place embraces us all. Now the heart opens in sorrow, for we are time's subjects, and all that we love we must lose. So let us hold fast to the love that remains and cherish the light of the sun. Today all of us walk the mourner's path. Together may we find strength. Page 544.
Shiviti Adonai ויגל כבודי, אף בשרי וישכון לבטח, כי לא תעזוב נפשי לשאול, לא ליתן חסידך לראות שחט. תודיעני אורח חיים, אורח חיים. שובע שמחות את פניך, נעימות בימינך נצח. שיביתי אדוני לנגדי תמיד, כי מימיני בל אמות.
We read responsibly on 548. At birth, a miracle, you light the spark in every human soul.
Emerging into light, we breathe it in, the neshama, your sacred gift of life.
And every day, every breath comes to us as a miracle. The
Light within us, unique and precious, is with us always while we live.
When breath has ceased and life has gone, the neshama returns to you.
And the spark that lived inside the ones we love, unique and precious, beautiful and good, is theirs no more.
Their light is ours, their radiance now burns in us, eternal flame of memory.
So we light candles to keep our love alive, to bring their light into the world.
A light unique and precious, ours to treasure while we live.
A ner tamid that lights our days and give us strength to journey through the nights.
551.
Mimamakim, kraticha, Hashem, mimamakim, kraticha, Hashem, mimamakim, kraticha, Hashem, mimamakim, kraticha, Hashem. Adonai Shema, Shema B'koli. Adonai Shema, Shema B'koli. Mimamakim, kraticha, Hashem, mimamakim, kraticha, Hashem.
On the next page, a poem by Rachel. They alone are left me, they alone still faithful, for now death can do no more to them. At the bend of the road, at the close of the day, they gather around me silently and walk by my side. There is a bond nothing can ever loosen, what I have lost, what I possess forever. 556.
Sinai el Harim me'ayin yavo Ezri me'im Adonai Ose shamayim, shamayim, va'aretz. Aliten lagmod raglecha al yanum shomrecha Hine lo yamum velo yishkan shomer Yisrael Adonai shomrecha Adonai tzilcha al yad yeminecha Yomam hashemesh lo yakeka ve'areach balayla Adonai yishmorcha mikol ra yishmor et nafshecha Adonai yishmor tzetecha uvoecha me'ata me'ata ve'ad olam.
Please join me on page 559 at the top. In my darkness, be a light to me. In my loneliness, help me to find a soul akin to my own. Give me strength to live with courage, and give me courage to draw blessing from life, even in the midst of suffering, to hold fast against the storm, and to smile at a loved one's glance. Page 567. '67.
There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light. Long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we've loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light מגירה ארצה רק כאשר הם עצמם עבדו ואינם. יש אנשים שזיו זכרך מאיר כאשר הם עצמם אינם או בתוכנו אורות אלה המאביקים בחשכת הליל הם שמראים לאדם את הדרך הם שמראים לאדם את הדרך as we live our days. These are the ways we remember as we live our days. These are the ways we remember.
We jump ahead to 593. 93. No other psalm, perhaps no other prayer, but the Kaddish itself is as inseparable from our experience of grief and mourning as the 23rd. One phrase so simple and direct, yet emotionally profound, has made it so. Ki ata imadi, for you are with me. Or in the language of an earlier age, for thou art with me. To arrive at those words after passing through the valley of the shadow of death is to know, in the words of Rabbi Joshua Loth Liebman, that God contains and supports us as a mighty ocean contains and supports the infinitesimal drops of every wave. To arrive at those words is to feel at home in the cosmos, held and comforted, cared for and serene. The 23rd Psalm does not make promises that cannot be kept. The end of all evil, the eradication of suffering and pain, sunshine instead of shadows. It makes but one promise, only this: you are not alone.
Adonai roi lo echsar in ושבתי בבית אדוני לאורך ימים. אדוני רואי לא אחסר, אדוני רואי לא אחסר.
Please join me on the next page, the bottom translation. With God as my shepherd, I shall not want. The Eternal makes me lie down in green pastures, leads me beside the still waters, restores my soul, guides me in straight paths for the sake of God's name. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You have anointed my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Eternal forever. Page 597. Our loved ones live in our broken hearts, and at times that brings some measure of healing. Their acts of kindness and generosity are the inheritance they leave behind. We feel their absence, but the beauty of their lives abides among us. As it is said, the name of one who has died shall not disappear. Our loved ones' names and their memories will endure among us, and these are the names on our lips and in our hearts of those who passed away since last Yom Kippur. And if I call your loved one's name, you are welcome to stand in place so we can mourn with you. Rosario Aponte, Burton Becker, Mark Bloomberg, Elizabeth Boylan, Keith Brown, Alan Carlton, Stephen Copland, Joan Druckman, Paul Eland, Dorothy Falk, David Fenster, Sylvia First, Myra Frankel, Julie Greenberg, Stephen Mark Halpern, Susan Katz, Virginia Kolker, Marilyn Kravitz, Elise Lanoff, Audrey Lazar, Shelley Mann, Nancy Mayer, Therese McMahon, Gail Malter, Arthur Nathanson, Bill Newmark, Arnie Nierenberg, Hal Panzer, Ronald Rowan, Sandra Sabbath, Gerald Safran, Sandra Schachter, Norma Schlinger, Maxine Schoenwald, Erwin Schrub, Elaine Schwartz, David Shapiro, Maurice Silberman, Thomas Smith, June Soffin, Louis Stein, Gloria Vina, Tammy Warren, Erwin Wishnow, Rabbi Eric B. Wisnia, Donna Zeller, Cynthia Zarinsky. I invite you to be seated as we take a few moments to reflect on our loved ones' lives, to honor their memories, to find inspiration from our prayer books as we hear the sounds of David Fenster playing piano. We invite you to rise in body or spirit as we continue on 598.
אלמלא רחמים שוכן ברמים עמסי מנוחה נכונה תחת כנפי השכינה עם קדושים וטהורים כזוהר רקיע מזהירים לנשמת יקירינו שהלכו לעולמם ברחמים יסתירם בצתר כנפיו לעולמים ויצרור בצרור החיים את נשמתם אדוני הוא נחלתם וינוחו בשלום על משכבם ונאמר Amen.
We read together in the English. Merciful God, God Most High, let there be perfect rest for the souls of our loved ones who have gone into eternity. May they find shelter in your presence among the holy and pure, whose light shines like the radiance of heaven. Compassionate God, hold them close to you forever. May their souls be bound up in the bond of life eternal. May they find a home in you, and may they rest in peace. Together we say, Amen.
Amen.
Page 602. We miss them at celebrations when there's an empty seat at the table. We miss them when the community gathers and there's an empty place beside us. We miss them today and every today, with every year that passes, as our life goes on without them. Their faces, their voices, the feel of our arms around them, these are with us forever. For so it is written, love is strong as death. The love that we gave, the love we received, these endure amid the pain of loss. Page 606. As we prepare to read together the hallowed words of Mourner's Kaddish, let us remember that this prayer does not speak of death. It praises God and only speaks of life. And that is how we will remember all of those who have gone before us as they lived and the difference that they made while they were on this earth. We read together. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah B'alma divrach hirutei v'amlich malchutei b'chayechon uvyomechon u'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevarach Le'alam U'almei Almaya Yit Barach V'yishtabach V'yipa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh V'yitadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shemei Dekudisha Brichu Le'ela Min Kol Birchata V'shirata Tushbechata V'nechemata Da Amiran B'alma V'yimru Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabbah Min Shemaya V'chaim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. Osei Shalom B'mromav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel V'imru Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Amen. Amen. Amen. Oh, say shalom, b'mromav, hu shalom, v'imromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. They all call Yoshvei Tevel, ve'imru amen, amen, amen. 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 Amen.
We'll now hear from Melissa and Barry Wasserman.
My dad's gone over 20 years, and this is still a difficult service for me. So I know there's a lot of emotion in the congregation today. Melissa and I spoke earlier, but we know many of you come specifically for this service for Yizkor, so we want to share some of the comments we said this morning again. We want to share them with you.
So apologies if any of you were here earlier, but it's important that we share the story that we're about to share with you today. On Tuesday, Barry and I had prepared a lovely 3 to 5 minute speech written for today, and then Wednesday happened. Wednesday, our 10-year-old Ryan was sitting doing math in school when he stood up and saw his classmate was not doing math, but rather drawing. He was drawing a swastika. In my son's 5th grade classroom, he encountered a swastika, a symbol of hate that no child should ever have to face. When asked why he drew it, the child responded, "Sorry, I didn't realize this class had so many Jews in it." I think about this because my father, who also passed away 5 years ago, used to tell me a story about being chased in Brooklyn, being called a dirty Jew. And I think how much it would crush him to think that his grandson can't go to middle school without encountering a similar form of hate. And we don't live in Alabama, we live in Robbinsville, which is 5 minutes from here, and Ryan is very much a part of this community. Most of you probably know who he is. He's always running around this congregation. Ryan spoke with Rabbi Blum later that day and told her that the only place that he feels consistently safe being a Jew is nowhere else but through these doors in this congregation here at Beth Chaim. Not at school, not with groups of random friends, but here is the only place where he feels safe. And how lucky is he that he has such a place, and how lucky are we that we have Beth Chaim?
Growing up, my rabbi, Joachim Prince, marched with and spoke alongside Martin Luther King in his time when he did his I Have a Dream speech. It was the early 70s for me growing up, and I believe that we were emerging from an era of racism and discrimination, and we had a time with hope ahead. I never imagined that as an adult I'd live in a world where there's more reports to the ADL this year than in its recorded history. Israel is in crisis, and we are bound to our Israeli brothers and sisters as a global Jewish family. It's the world we live in, but for us, that world starts here, with our community. Our Jewish community begins, lives, and breathes here at Beth Chaim. So today we want to talk about a crucial aspect of this family, and the importance of prioritizing financial support to keep our Jewish community here at Beth Chaim alive and thriving. Our almost 30-year-old son, Sam, and 26-year-old daughter, Taylor, were bar and bat mitzvahed on this bima. And 2 years from now, we're hoping that Ryan and his twin sister, Avery, will be bar and bat mitzvahed right here as well. When we come together for these life events, we're reminded of the power of belonging, of being part of something larger than ourselves. We cherish the relationships and the experiences that bind us together, but we recognize that it's our responsibility to ensure that Congregation Beth Chaim continues to flourish.
I learned just for this speech that during Yizkor, giving tzedakah is a way to honor those who have passed away. I think I always thought of giving tzedakah as just what we're supposed to do, but in this specific case, during Yizkor, it's a way to honor those that brought us here right now for this service. And it's up to us, to each one of us, to keep Beth Chaim vibrant and alive and here for us in good times, like B mitzvahs, and bad times. Together, let us nurture bonds that tie us, honoring our past while embracing the future. Let's commit to ensuring that Congregation Beth Chaim remains a beacon of hope, love, and mourning for all who enters its doors.
Our son Ryan is not the first and will not be the last child to experience anti-Semitism. We share this experience with you, knowing that our community will understand and support us and share our commitment to our faith and this congregation. Together we continue to build a vibrant community that will sustain us for years to come. Gemar Tov.
Amen. 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 Amen.
We are so grateful that we could come together as a sacred community for our Yizkor Yom Kippur service today. Yom Kippur continues, and Mincha, our afternoon service, will begin around 4:30 for those who'd like to stay, and our Ne'ilah closing service with shofar blowing and Havdalah will begin around 6 o'clock. If you are heading out of the building, please leave any Beth Chaim prayer books on your chair and drop your name tag in any basket in the main lobby. Follow the directions of the ushers and parking attendants for a safe journey home. We at Beth Chaim wish you Gemar Chatima Tova. May you be sealed in the book of life for good. And we rise one last time for our closing benediction. May God bless us with healing and wholeness. May God protect us from despair. May God's light shine upon us even when we walk through the valley of the shadow of death. And may God always be gracious to us. May we always feel that we are not alone, even in our most isolated moments of grief. And may we be blessed with wholeness and peace. Shalom.